Yo, what's up? So the Overwatch 2 beta has been out for a few weeks now, and even though it is holding back on a lot of new content for the base game, I think people now have a better idea of how the game is supposed to play out and what it is supposed to look like. But what about the people that left Overwatch 1? What do they think of the Overwatch 2 beta? Well, today I've interviewed some Overwatch haters to see whether or not Overwatch 2 has either excited them or gotten them interested into Overwatch again to make them want to come back. And on top of that, I've also interviewed a current Overwatch player to see how their answers differ from each other. But also, I would be curious to see what your guys' answers are in the comments below. So, let's get into it.
I first got into Overwatch on the Xbox, and I heard about it through my friends and close family members.
I think I remember seeing like some Twitch streamers playing the game, like when it was first coming out, but I didn't have like a PC that actually like was able to like run it.
Yeah, I've been playing Overwatch since I think 2018. I think it sounds about right. I got into it because I saw ads for Overwatch League.
The top three people I played was McCree, Mercy, and Reinhardt. I think those are like my three main characters. And then later on, when I finally got my own computer, and the only reason I would hop on Overwatch was to play competitive, because that was like the thing.
And I used to play Widowmaker, but then I found out about Tracer, and like Tracer's probably like the only reason like I would go back to playing Overwatch. I mean, it was a fun game. Like I've never really like played arena shooters before, so going from CS:GO to Overwatch is like a pretty big like gameplay difference. But it was really fun.
I think I played DPS first, like Bastion and Soldier, because I was used to COD and Halo, so I just played those first. And then I played off tank, like D.Va. I played Reinhardt because Goats was the meta, and no one wanted to play Reinhardt, so they made me play Reinhardt, and I became a main tank.
Bruh. What I personally believe Overwatch did wrong was, for one, everybody always complained about the balance changes.
Infrequent updates, like this is before Overwatch 2 was like even like announced. The updates were kind of lackluster. Like literally every single event is exactly the same. The only thing they do different is they make like the bots poop.
Too many things were in the game almost.
People really do value the feedback of like a company and their game and their developers listening to the community and making those changes. Like people were still complaining that Genji hasn't got a buff or any of that.
And then one thing that really killed it is that they felt the need to have like every character to have a stun, which is really annoying.
A little too many stuns.
They never really pushed out contents that changed the pace of the game.
It didn't get any updates. That was the problem with Overwatch 1.
Huh?
5v5 feels pretty good. I know it's kind of controversial to a lot of people.
So when I initially seen that they changed it to 5v5, I thought it was a weird concept, but as I'm watching gameplay, like, okay, maybe I'll give it a chance by watching, looking at gameplay. And in my opinion, 5v5 is good. Obviously, there's going to be people that complain and say 6v6 should just be the main thing where it's 2-2-2.
I think it's a change up. I don't think it's bad. It's pretty fun to play, actually. It's different. I think it's good because it's different. And that's literally it. I could still play 6v6. I still play 6v6. But I don't mind playing 5v5. It's just if they don't change anything else about it, it's just going to get boring again.
Playing your corners and playing the control, because it's 5v5. You lose one person, and that changes the whole team fight. The maps, the gameplay, it all looks very, very smooth. And
I think the super tank like dynamic is kind of fun and like refreshing to see. As compared to 6v6, because I'm not going to lie, 6v6 can be a bit much at times. So having it be 5v5 does feel like a lot cleaner.
In Overwatch 2, I can brain dead shit. Like, there's like no stuns, so I can just, like, on Reinhardt, I just swing. Or you just walk. You can be a lot more aggressive and a lot more brain dead in Overwatch 2, in my opinion.
Honestly, I'm not really a big PvE person.
I don't care for PvE. Like, I would be chill with just watching, like, the shorts. If the campaign's there, then it's kind of there.
PvE, I'm really hyped for it. Me personally, I want to play Overwatch 2. Hopefully with the PvE, the campaign story missions, they don't make it how like they did in Overwatch 1, where it was just, there was no RNG to it. You know the spawns, you know where they're going to come from, you know what to expect.
I've kind of wanted an Overwatch like story mode. I really want like an Overwatch like series or like movie, to be honest with you, because the cinematics are really good and I feel like the lore is really interesting too, but
I see the potential in it. I see where it can grow. It can bring back that spark.
I don't know really what to expect since we haven't had PvE in a long time.
The only one that I think it's very comparable to and takes little pieces out of is like Team Fortress.
It becomes kind of like COD, where it's just a shooter base. It's basically just a shooter now because there's less shields and stuff.
Apex is still going pretty good. It's like probably the only battle royale that I still enjoy playing, mainly because of like the movement. It's just like there's just so much you can do. Like even like years later, there's still movement tech being discovered.
But with Overwatch, they took different things from different games and ideas. They said, let's make characters that have abilities.
But there's the team aspect too still. With it, it takes a good combination of each kind of game.
I think that the PvP should be free to play, but the story mode you should be able to pay for.
I think PvP should be free to play. I mean, Overwatch needs to be revitalized. And being free probably would help it do that, just to make it easier to play.
I think that Overwatch 2 should be free to play for PvP, and it should definitely have a battle pass.
I'd say the battle pass, I would be fine with it. I mean, I honestly, personally, I don't think I would get it.
And for the battle pass, honestly, I don't think there really should be one. I think Overwatch kind of nails the cosmetic part. You pay for the game, and that's about it. You could pay for skins, but you can unlock them for free regardless.
If you put a battle pass in a game, it promotes players to want to play more. They get better at the game, they get the skins they want, and the developers, they get paid.
Naked Widowmaker skin, naked Tracer skin, naked Ana skin, naked every hero skin.
All the campaign levels, I wanted to have good PvP, good servers, customization. Hopefully it has a battle pass. Just good balance changes and listening to the community.
I want them to be more consistent with their content updates. Like not just like new events, but like more heroes. I mean, they could be more experimental and do some like crazy changes, like how they did with those experimental cards when they first came out.
There needs to be multiple new characters, not for just one role, but for multiple roles. Just make them different. It doesn't have to be balanced. It's never balanced when they first come out. You're always testing the kinks because you can't balance a character that's not out, and you only test it within a small pool. You need to just throw it out there and see how people use it. So just a couple new maps, I think. Just like once the full release comes out.
And there it is, folks. What do you think? I'm sure you've heard this, and I'll say it again, but even though Overwatch is a game that is heavily looked down upon, since it's so iconic, there is and always will be an urge to play it again, but Blizzard kinda just screwed Overwatch 1. So now Overwatch 2 is their big chance to get people back, and as far as the beta goes, it is looking pretty good. And the last thing I want to mention is that now that the Overwatch 2 beta is finally over, I want you guys to comment your Overwatch 2 hot takes so I can make another video responding to them. But anyways, I wonder what the viewers should do now.
Definitely drop a like and subscribe.
At minimum, they need to subscribe. It would be nice if they liked, and they should comment their opinions, so.
The viewers should like, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications to be notified when Jermz releases another video that is informative and very epic sauce.
Twist.